Let's go to page 734, and this is lesson 15-6. The objective of this lesson is to find the number of permutations of the elements of a set. Okay, so this section is about permutation. So this came from two words, okay, permutation. Okay, mutation means change. Per means for each. So permutation is for each. You have to find out the number of, for each change. Okay. So for example, if you have the three letters A, B, and C. Okay. So permutation has to do with how many ways you can arrange things. So if you have A, B, C, okay, you can switch things around. So you can make into BAC. You can make into CAB. You can have an ACB. And you can have a B, C, A, and C. I'm can mix that. Okay, yeah, use the small letters. Okay, so you have to be careful with your letters because the uppercase and lowercase are not the same, so they're considered different. And then you have a C, B, A. So there are 6 choices. Okay? And the way to figure out, there are many different ways we can figure it out. So for example, there are 3 letters, right? So the way to do it is that, so since there are 3 letters, A, B, and C, right? So you're going to pick one letter and put in here. So the first position has 3 choices. You can put either A, B, or C, right? So there are 3 choices. So after one letter is chosen, now you got 2 letters left. So it means you got 2 choices to pick to put in the second position. Okay? And after that, only 1 left, so you only have 1 choice. So 3 times 2 times 1 give you 6. Okay? Now another way is by the formula. Okay? So permutation, so you're going to see like NPR. Okay, so P stands for permutation. N stands for how many you have available. And R is how many are you going to use. So if you have 3 items and you're going to use all 3, then this would be 3P3. Okay? And so on your calculator, this is how you enter the calculator. So you enter 3, and then you go to the probability over here, and you have the NPR and NCR. So you enter the NPR and you enter the 3. So you got 3 and use the NPR function and 3. So it means you got total of 3 items and you're going to use all 3. Okay? And you push equal and it will give you 6. Okay? So again, there are different ways you can do the problem. Okay? Okay. So now let's go to example 1. Okay, example 1. It says find the number of permutation of the 4-letter PQRS. So you got PQRS. Okay? Okay, so you're going to use all of them to rearrange, right? So again, there are 4 positions. So let's go and put 4 boxes over here. Okay? So first box, you can choose any of the 4, right? So you can pick any one of the 4 to put in here. So there are 4 choices for the first position. Now, once you put one of the letters in here, you got 3 letters left. So it means you got only 3 choices left for the second position. So now another letter is put here. Now you got 2 letters left to choose from. So the next position, you only have 2 letters left. So you can only have 2 choices. So after that, you only have 1 letter left. So you only have 1 choice. So again, when you multiply out, so answer would be 24. Okay? Another way to do it by doing this, you list it. But this will take a long time, so you don't want to do that. Now, when you're using the formula, the NPR, okay, so this one, there are total 4 items, and you're going to arrange means permutation. So you're going to do the permutation of 4 items out of total 4, okay? So again, there are total 4, and you're going to use all 4. So again, this is N, this is how many total you have, and this is how many you're going to use, okay? So you go to calculator. Okay, and so you type in 4, and you have to go to probability, and this is the NPR. Okay, so enter that, and then put in 4, and you push equal, and it give you 24. Okay, so either method, you get the same answer. Okay? Okay, now after that, there's a, right below example 1, there's a notation. It's an exclamation mark. This is called factorial. Okay? The factorial means you multiply the consecutive numbers. So for example, so here is here's some definition. 0 factorial equal to 1. Okay? 1 factorial equal to 1. So this is a definition that you need to know. 2 factorial equal to 2 times 1, and this will equal to 2. 3 factorial equal to 3 times 2 times 1, will equal to 6. Okay, 4 factorial means 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 equal to 24. Okay, and 5 factorial equal to 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, and this will equal to 120, and so forth. Okay? Now on your calculator, there's a factorial button. So let's say if you're going to do 5 factorial, instead of multiply all these, it's going to take a long time, especially let's say if you're like a 20 factorial, right? So it's going to be a very long time. So what you do is, to do this, you can get your calculator, you enter 5, and you go to the probability button, and there is a factorial button right over here. Okay? So there's a factorial button right over here. So you're going to move over to this factorial button, and then you push enter, and you push equal, and it gives you 120. Okay? So the button is in the probability menu. So if you need help to locate that on your calculator, just ask for help. So that's kind of the factorial thing. Okay? Okay. So now let's go to example 2. Okay, it says how many ways can the letters in the word justice? Okay, so how many ways can the letters in the justice be arranged using only 5 letters? Okay, okay, since you're using the 5 letters, so you can have 5 boxes, right? 5 positions. So you can use 5 letters. So the first letter, you have 7 choices. Okay, so there are 7 choices to pick from, so you can put 1 in here. Okay, so after 1 letter is put in this box, you have 6 choices left. You got 6 letters left, so you can so you got 6 choices for the second position. So after you put 1 letter here, 1 letter here, you got 5 letters left. So it means you only have 5 choices for the next position, okay, or the next letter, the next box. So now that, again, so you can see that it's going less and less, right? So 4, 3, right? And so when you multiply out, you get 2520. Okay, but instead of trying to keep track of that, you can use the permutation formula. So you can use NPR. So in this case, there are 7, right? So it'd be 7, right? Their total number item is 7, and you're going to use only 5. So it'd be 7P5. Okay, so you can get your calculator. So you enter 7, and you go probability to get this function. Okay, you enter that. So 7 NPR, and then you pushing 5. Okay, and you go equal, you get 2520. Okay, so you get the same answer. Okay. Okay. Now let's go to example 3. Okay, so it says there are a set of 9 different books, and you're going to use 4. Okay, now again, instead of doing the box, now you can see now as the number getting more and more, this is going to take more and more times. Okay, so now you see why you want to use this, because this will save you a lot of time. Okay, so again, so there are a total of 9, right? So that's the n. So there are a total of 9, and you're going to only use 4 to arrange. So 9 permutation 4, 9p4. Okay, So that way you don't have to draw the boxes and figure out 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and so forth, right? Okay, so you can clear. Okay, so you're going to do 9p4, so you enter 9. I'm trying to get it so that that's a less reflection. Okay, so you enter 9, get the probability button, and there's an NPR number, the function. So enter that, and enter 4. So there's 9 NPR4, right? And push equal, and it gives you 3024. Okay, and that's it. Now, if you don't have the function on the bottom of the page, page 735, it gives you the definition of NPR. So NPR is equal to n factorial over n minus r factorial. Okay? So if you don't have that function on your calculator, if you have to do the things more manually, that's the formula. Okay? But anyway, so it's a lot easier just going to use NPR function. Okay, now, the next thing is, so far we covered all the items are different. Okay, notice every item are all different. But now we're going to cover what happens if you have the same items. Okay, so on page 736, there is a formula. So P means the number of permutation. We equal to n factorial over n1 factorial, n2 factorial, n3 factorial. So what this is doing is that if you have the same letters or same items, then the number of the permutation is going to be decreased. So a best example of that would be, go to example 4. Okay, so you have this letter, you have the hubbub, right? So HB, B, U, B. Okay, so notice when you arrange things, right? What happens if you arrange these two? What happens if you switch the number 3 and number 4 letters? You get exactly the same. Okay, so there are a lot of repeats that when you switch the letter, it does not give you the new permutation. So for example, if you switch the number 2 and number 5 letters, you still get the same thing. So when you have the same letters, same items, there will be less permutations. So you have to kind of reduce that. And that's what this formula is. Okay, so in this case, the number of ways will equal to, so there are 2, 4, 6, so there's total of 6 items, so there'll be 6 factorial. That's the total overall. Okay, but when you switch the b's, you don't get a new one, right? So, for example, let's say if you switch these two, you don't get a new one. So you have to kind of deduct those items. So whenever you have repeats, you have to divide by those factorial. So there are 3 b's, so these are for 3 b's, and there are 2 u's, so it'd be 2 factorial. Okay, and normally when you have 1 h, so it'd be 1 factorial. But remember, 1 factorial is 1, so it doesn't do anything. Okay, so normally we just can't ignore that. Okay, but technically you have so the 3 factorial is you got 3 b's. So when you rearrange the b's, you don't get a new permutation. So this is for 3 b's because all the b's are the same. And you got this is for 2 u's and this is for 1 h. Okay, and so on your calculator, okay, again you don't have to worry about the 1 factorial. 1 factorial is just 1, so it doesn't do anything. That's why you don't see it. But just be aware that is that's a 1 factorial. Okay, so to do this on the calculator, you just go. Okay, let's do this. So it goes 6, and you have to go factorial. You have to do this one right over here. So you have to move over to choose that. So that's 6 factorial. Okay, then you're going to divide it by the 3 factorial. Okay, now do not do the multiply. Okay, everything on the denominator you have to divide. So you have to push divide again. So you have to divide by 3 factorial, then you have to divide by 2 factorial. And then you push equal. So again, for the calculator, everything on the denominator you have to divide. Okay, and so answer equal to 60. Okay, and so you don't have to do all this individually. You can just go ahead enter that on your calculator. Okay, and this will give you 60. Okay. So make sure you know how to use your calculator. Again, every calculator is different, so if you need help, make sure you ask for help. So you need to be familiar with your calculator, know how to find the permutation function or the factorial function.